Hello, I'm here with Tommy Williams after this afternoon's 5-2 defeat to Lowestoft in the league. Tommy, that's one of the worst defeats we've had for a while, and what happened to make us go 4 down after about 20 minutes?
Well, first of all, I want to apologise for the performance because that was absolutely abysmal from right through the squad. Nowhere near good enough, nowhere near acceptable, and you know, to start the afternoon didn't start well with Sean Bonnet-Johnson and Yusuf Bambo turning up late for the game today, which caused obviously the team selection to be changed, which obviously is not great preparation, but with the players that we have going in there, we should be dealing with that. I know we've got a couple of injuries and suspensions defensively today, but we should have more. We should be more than capable, and we've rolled over there, and they've outworked us, outmuscled us, showed more desire. Even when they've scored the fifth, still want to close us down, still want to chase lost causes. So full credit to them, but for me, it's not an unacceptable performance today.
Are those latecomers the reason why Tracy and Derry started out as wide players? And
yes, yeah.
Was that their natural positions?
Yeah, that's where they play of a front three in wide areas, and if players can't get here on time for whatever reason, I'm not allowing that, and I'm not accepting that. And players that have been sitting there since 12:30 and boys want to roll in at 2 o'clock. It's not good enough. So it's not like it's happened before with this, and it has with the same people. So I need to stamp that out, and that's why there was changes to the lineup.
And how much of that first third of the match was the absence of the normal centre defensive partnership?
Well, obviously we're missing our leader, our captain, and obviously Bruce being out as well. But I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. I'm not going to sit here and say we've got this player. I'm not going to do that, because what we put out should be capable of competing and putting on a performance today. And we felt we had enough men in the team to go and win the game. But at the end of that game, I looked round and I didn't see any men out there today, and that's hard to take for me. You want to show a bit of passion, a bit of desire, a bit of work rate, and nowhere near good enough. The gaps first half, we were far too disconnected from our departments in terms of our back four, our midfield three, too many gaps, and they just exploited that. Picked up too many second balls, got on the front foot, and were more effective certainly in the final third. But saying that as well, I mean, the goals we conceded, I mean, Tolf should do better with 2 of the goals today, and he knows that. And George Wells has given away a needless free kick.
I was going to bring up that George Wells. Did he pick it up thinking the ball had gone out?
He thought the ball had gone out. He thought the ball had gone out of play, and he picked it up, and so we've ended up having to defend a free kick in the final third when we should have been obviously have possession of the football. So absolute schoolboy errors, and they've let me down today. They've let the club down today, because that's unacceptable. That level of performance, and they know that. And you can't turn up to football matches and start games like we did today, and it's only going to end in one way, and it did today. And it's hard for me to say, and they need to go home and look at themselves in the mirror, because that's unacceptable for me, and I'm certainly not going to put up with that.
We're not going to go through individual challenges and what have you, but there was 11 yellows and a red today. Did you feel it was that kind of a physical game?
No, it wasn't. It certainly wasn't that game. Just spoken to their manager about it as well. Actually, it wasn't. I'm not sure what the referee was seeing on some of those, but it weren't one of those, because I can tell you now, looking at my players, that they didn't work hard enough, and if you got 11 yellow cards on that pitch, that's probably for arguing back more more than tackles and work rate. So yeah, again another disappointment.
And we don't have to wait too long to try and get this out of our system. Next game midweek against Met Police. Will there be changes on the back of this game?
Yes, there will be. You know, it's a Surrey Senior Cup game that we want to look at a couple of things, but I need a reaction from that, because you know that for me is a hard one to take. So yeah, there will be changes. We obviously we will look at personnel, and you know with the restrictions that we've got with budget-wise, we'll have to do what we've got to do. So it's going to be difficult.
Thanks for your time. Obviously a very disappointing day, but thanks for making time for us and for everyone watching this.
Yeah, and again, apologies for the performance, because you know we got a few numbers through the door today, and you know how can you want people to turn up again when they've just you know watched that and the players have served that up. So you know I work tirelessly. I've said it before. You know I'll be on it and make sure that we do have a successful season. And it's an important period, the Christmas period, and you know we need to be doing better than we've done today, and I'll make sure that we will do that.
Cheers, Tom.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.